like it's gonna rain. So much for going out tonight. Let's see what we got here. Huh. Hey, baby. Good. How was your day? Yeah, I was just looking outside while I was checking my email. Looks like it's gonna rain tonight. Yeah. So what do you think about watching my favorite movie, Goodfellas? I can watch that over and over again. I took some steaks out just in case. So what do you think about that and maybe some mashed potatoes? Yeah, I know we just had mashed potatoes, but we love them. Okay, then what about rice pilaf? I know we cook it all the time, but that's why we have a bunch in the cabinet, just in case we're cooking dinner. Okay, I'll try to think of something then, but I guess I'll see you when you get home. All right, drive safe. Bye-bye. Guess I gotta think of something. Oh well, at least it's Goodfellas. Hey everybody, I'm Erica. You know, sometimes you have to pull inspiration from the things that are around you. Tonight, it's probably gonna be raining here in Atlanta, so me and my husband are gonna make it a movie night. Now we're watching Goodfellas, and if you know anything about Henry and Paulie, they love to cook. So what I'm gonna be doing is gonna be making my side dish into an Italian side dish, and we're gonna call it Tuscan Infused Grits. Here's the ingredients that we're gonna use. First, you're gonna start off with 1 cup of grits, 2½ cups of water, 2 tablespoons of dried or fresh herbs, 3 tablespoons of Philadelphia Italian urban cheese cooking cream, 1 tablespoon of butter, salt, pepper, pancetta, Parmesan cheese, chives. Now I wanted to add some flair to this dish. You know, my husband, he's tired of the mashed potatoes, he's tired of the rice pilaf, so what I'm gonna make is some nice Parmesan crisp that we're gonna top on these Tuscan Infused Grits, and I think he's gonna love the way it looks. All right, so what you're gonna need to make these Parmesan crisps, it's simple. You're gonna need a non-stick baking sheet, and you're gonna need Parmesan cheese. Now I would say it's good to grate about close to ½ cup just to make sure you have enough for your Parmesan crisp. Now I'm just gonna take these and I'm gonna put them into nice mounds. And it's only 2 of us, and I'm gonna make some extra just in case he wants to go back for more. All right, so let's maybe do about 4 here. And after you've created these little mounds, to make those beautiful crisp, you're just gonna need to spread them out a little bit. Kind of make them a circular pattern, you know. If you have kids, you might want to make some Mickey Mouse ears on it. But just be creative. This is my way of just really adding a little flair to these grits, which is just an ordinary grain, but we're infusing so many of these Italian flavors. Now I have my oven over here, preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now I've taken about 1 cup of grits and 2½ cups of water, and I'm just letting it simmer. Letting it simmer down. And remember, with grits, they can kind of clump up a little bit, so make sure you keep an eye out on them and really watch them to make sure they turn out smooth and creamy. In the meantime, I have about 2 thick cuts, slices of pancetta. I've taken 2 of the slices and I've just cubed them up. It just depends on how much pancetta that you like and what you will want to put in your dish, but I'm going to use 2 slices that's diced up, particularly for this dish. And if you're wondering what pancetta is, I'm telling you, when I told you guys that I love bacon, I really love bacon. But since we're going to make this Tuscan infused, we're going to be using pancetta, which is Italian bacon. I've preheated my saute pan over here, and I'm just going to crisp this bacon up. Nice thick cuts of pancetta. I mean, imagine that with the grits and the Parmesan crisp. It's going to be awesome. Let's just mix this up just a little bit. Look at that in the pan. If you could smell my kitchen right now, I promise you, even Paulie, Vinny, Jimmy, they would all want to sit there and watch their own movie because these grits are going to be awesome. Looks like our pancetta is looking nice and crispy. So now our Parmesan crisps are coming out of the oven. As you can see, they're stuck to the non-stick pan. So we're gonna let these cool for about 5 minutes and then we're gonna pull them off. Now we have our Parmesan crisps that are already out of the oven. They're looking awesome. And then we have our pancetta that we've already taken out of the pan that's nice and golden brown and crispy. I'm gonna check on my grits here. It looks like these grits are nice and done. I've had them simmering for about 10 minutes. We're just gonna add that 1 tablespoon of butter in here. And whisk that in. Just gonna add to the creaminess. Now, this is where we're really gonna infuse those Tuscan flavors. This is my favorite of all of the Philadelphia cooking creams. It's the Italian herb and cheese cooking cream. Hey, we're watching Goodfellas. We're infusing Italian flavors. What better product to use? It's so simple. It's taking these basic grits and now we're putting in those Tuscan flavors. So we're gonna take 3 tablespoons and put that in here. And you see the herbs, you see the cream cheese, the cooking cream. That's 2. 1 more. Let's get it out. And that's 3. Now, once you have that in there, this is how you infuse. I'm gonna use my whisk and we're gonna call this the infuser today. So you just really just stir this in and immediately the texture of the grits become instantly creamy. They're so beautiful. Take a look at this. Oh wow. If you could smell those herbs coming out of that Philadelphia herb and cheese cooking cream, it smells fantastic. We're just gonna add a few more dried herbs. I just bought this from my local grocer and it has, you know, more chives and parsley, and then it has some other herbs in there. I'm just gonna put that in there just to add some color to it. Now look at that. Now if you see how we're infusing these flavors, now you've taken again those ordinary grits and you've heightened up the flavor. I'm gonna season a little bit with some salt, fresh cracked pepper, looking wonderful. And let's go ahead and we're gonna turn off the heat on these grits because all we're doing now is really just infusing the flavor. All right, now are you guys ready to finish up this side? Because I am. Let's go ahead and start working on plating this. Now hubby's, he's on his way home and he has no idea what he's in store for movie night. So let's go ahead and plate this. You see our nice creamy grits ready to be plated. You can really smell those herbs from the Italian herb and cheese cooking cream. Looks beautiful, right? Now, here's where we're gonna infuse more flavor. We're just gonna take some of that pancetta that we cooked and we're gonna put it right down the center. Again, I love bacon, I love pancetta. I have to have a lot in mine. The fresh chives, beautiful, right? And then we're just gonna take one of these Parmesan crisps and we're gonna stick it right up the center. Looks like something out of a magazine. And look, I have some more Parmesan cheese left over, so I'm just gonna grate a little bit right across the top. The Italians would say bravissimo to this. They would say bravissimo, job well done. Look at that. Look at this beautiful dish. You would have never thought you could have taken something so simple and infused Italian flavors into it, and now it's an awesome side dish. It's my Tuscan Infused Grits. Guys, I want you to try it. Real Women of Philadelphia. You know, Paula challenged us this week to really be creative and think outside of the box. Let me tell you, if you're gonna be watching Goodfellas or you've never watched it, try my Tuscan Infused Grits, watch Goodfellas, enjoy this dish, and I'll see you guys next week for Entree Week.